Hello fellow humans and welcome to this video. And first of all, what the hell is actually happening? Well, humans are gonna human and stay safe, take care of yourselves, and yeah, it's not going great, isn't it? This pandemics, wars, it isn't really going that way. And obviously wargaming's greed, which to be fair is quite a minor factor compared to those other things. And they've also disabled the global chat, so there is that. But you know, censoring is cool. Super Conqueror is also quite cool. Gotta say, that's the main topic of this video. Obviously, given the current situation, focus on the important things rather than a goddamn video game. Now, if you should be interested in this vehicle, and if you wanna, well, I don't know, stay sane or something like that, then this can be a very good option. Now, the regular tank is sold for 20k gold, which I think is fair. However, the one comparison that has to be made is with the Chieftain Mark 6. So I'd say, let's go straight into it. Let's look at the stats, look at the armor, and let's play it. Let's have a look at the stats of all these vehicles, and I don't include any Russian ones for good reason. Now, what is good about this tank is that it is a very well-rounded tank. You know, you have decent DPM, decent mobility, all that kind of stuff, while the powder weight ratio is absolute garbage and somewhere around the 60Ps range, which is bad. All the other stats are decent enough. Now, obviously, the Chieftain is undoubtedly a better tank than the Super Conqueror. However, it does need a bit more skill to be played well. Both have 10 degrees of gun depression. The Super Conqueror kind of took over from the E5. Basically, if you liked the old E5 before it got nerfed, then the Super Conqueror can be a very good choice for you. But in general, I would recommend the Chieftain a lot more. And I would definitely go for the Chieftain first, because obviously it also tends to be sold for cheaper than the Super Conqueror. Now, obviously, you also have the Concept 1B in here, but the Concept 1B's gun is pretty blech. So, even though it does have frontal turret armor, pretty much, it doesn't have much else, because obviously the sides are very flat. So, while the Concept 1B is a good tank, I do think that the Chieftain, and also probably the Super Conqueror, are gonna be slightly better. Now, what is this tank's most outstanding feature? It can't be the aim time, it can't be dispersion, and it certainly can't be the mobility. So what is it? Well, it is the armor, which, as you can see, obviously the lower plate is a weak spot. Now, the upper plate, 350mm on a flat ground, which basically means it is impenetrable for any tier 10 standard rounds. The turret is same, pretty much absolutely impenetrable, unless you have this tiny turret ring down here, which you need very high powered premium penetration for. Same with this little piece here. Obviously, if you keep this tank wiggled, if you keep peaking fast, then there is absolutely no chance for anyone to accurately hit that. You do have the cupola on top, which can be quite weak, but it is very far back. So if you use the gun depression of this vehicle, it is absolutely invisible. So you might want to watch out for that. And obviously, if they can see your cupola and you're not using a gun depression, they can just shoot you at lower plate. Anyway, now the side is 102mm, which is very strong, which means you can side script this vehicle. Actually, you also have these 20mm skirts here that can stop heat rounds, which is very nice. However, you have this plate here, you know, that can get pinned, which is like not great. It's like this where the turret ring is basically mounted into. So that is something you have to definitely watch out for. While you can side scrape quite decently, you just have to hope that they don't know about this spot and they don't hit it, basically. So the armor is very good for hull downing and also decent for side scraping. Well, let's get into a battle with the Super Conqueror here, and let's see how it goes. Now, obviously, it is a very versatile tank. It's more of a heavy tank side rather than a main battle tank like the Chieftain is, which means the Chieftain is a better vehicle. And it's also sold for cheaper, so basically I would recommend the Chieftain over this tank. However, this one is the more heavy tank-like vehicle. So if you like that kind of playstyle more, you know, then this can be a good idea. And also, if you like the old E5, the way that thing was actually balanced, nah, it's just crap, the way that thing worked, then this can be a very good replacement for that, because obviously this thing basically won't be nerfed. Can nerf it, but they won't. So there is that. Now, I'm not quite sure as what the 907 is doing there, and yeah. I'm just gonna bank on the fact the enemy... Oh, never mind, they're dumb. Somehow that hit. I was about to hope that the enemy tank jaws aren't that dumb, but I guess they're over there. I also have very good HE rounds on this tank. They're not as amazing as Hash, but it's 110mm of penetration, which is definitely enough to go through a couple of sides and rears and stuff like that, so they can be very useful in that kind of scenario. And I have 2 dead teammates already. Now obviously in a game like this there is not that much that you can actually do, because, you know, you still need some kind of backup, some kind of useful teammates to actually be able to continue to fight, because obviously a 1v7 is basically impossible. Okay. For that. Already blocked 2k damage, because obviously the turret is pretty much impenetrable. Unless you really know how to aim, the turret is pretty much impenetrable, so there is not much that can be done there. And obviously the 263 is now behind me as well. And object, if you could maybe kill him, that would be very nice, thank you. And yeah, that 263 is going to be quite annoying. So it is going to be annoying, very much so. But 2800 DPM is definitely enough to deal with tanks like that quite easily. Unlike a IS-7 which has 2400, which is just not enough to be good in a situation like that. It's useful, but not good. So, 4 versus a lot more. It's not great, and yeah, it's a pretty good shot, I gotta say. Now, I don't want to go down there. The problem is, I could get shot by the 263 any moment again, which is not great. But let's destroy him. Beautiful. And now the goal should be the 140, because he's the most mobile one. He's probably also going to be the most annoying one. Is the E100 going to... Not good. E100 is camelless, so I don't expect that much from him in terms of performance. Same goes for the Object 140. So let's see what we can do. I don't think the 60 TP is going to hold up for... Yeah. Going to hold that for much longer, but yeah, that is quite unfortunate. And now, the grill object, that should be... But that is unfortunately not possible. Because even though it is a good tank, as you just saw, it cannot compensate for horrible teams. And even though I did 5,200 damage, I won. But the team unfortunately lost, so that is sad. So let's get into the second battle in the Super Conqueror, and this is actually also a very great map for this tank, because in this map there is one very, very important rule, and that is this ridge in the middle is everything. If you hold it, you're very likely to win. If you don't hold it, you're probably going to lose, unless both teams are very bad and both teams go city, then it's pretty much open. So, no, MX50B, no. Now, they're all going to go over there, which is not great. The Sheridan our team was a bit sleepy, but now it is up to me to try to secure this side, especially. Hello, Concept. You know how to play your tank. I hope you don't know how to play your tank, do you? Yeah, you gotta come here. You gotta push me. And you gotta use your gun depression and then shoot at me. You know, not sit in a position where your lower plate's that exposed. Come on, bro. Gotta do better. But that's how you do this thing. You know, kind of gave up the island a bit, but now you can just take these peaks onto the IS-7 and... Uh-oh. It's not great. I think one of the light tanks is running away. I don't quite understand why. But he's not going to have any success there for Sheridan. That's for sure, because obviously brawling with an IS-7 is about the worst thing you can do against an IS-7, because it's an IS-7. That's what it does. So, okay, let's see what we can do here. Obviously, we have the location of 6 of them. Congrats, Sheridan. And there's 57 heavy. Alright, now we have 7. That's good. We know where all of them are. Gun elevation could be a bit better, but can't complain. Now, okay, the 57's coming for me. I'm gonna back off so that he can't clip me. Good job, Sheridan. Good job. Rolling with an IS-7. It's a very interesting decision, gotta say. Alright, 57 heavy. Doesn't seem to be the brightest either. So we're gonna keep firing on him. Need 2 more shots. Mate, you're pushing a Super Conqueror that you can't clip. What a doink. Right, Concept's dead. That's nice. And he's dead as well. That is indeed quite beautiful. And that pattern now wants a piece of meat, apparently. But there is not much to be had, because I have more hit points, and not that much worse DPM, so unless he gets very, very lucky, he doesn't have a chance, because I can two-shot him. Oh, unless that showdown is annoying as well, that could work. And now, the cupola comes into handy, yep, for him, exactly, that's what I meant, right at the beginning. The cupola can be a weak spot if the tank is on a flat ground, so that is something that you definitely also have to watch out for. But it did win anyway. Okay, now, I would be nice if those two guys would just, especially the T100, would just go and push and kill the Sheridan. And the T100 LT. Ah, there you go, that's better. Nope. Not gonna take a shot that I can't pen here. Because, obviously, the I-7 does have quite a bit of hit points. And I don't want that T100 to lose more than he has to. Because he has 700, I have 200. So that's how much health he has. And yeah, he's going to try to push me. So I'm going to have to try my best to get out of here. And then hold this position. Because this is going to be quite useful for me. Because if he tries to get up, I can shoot and track him. And if he doesn't, then he can't do anything. And the T100 can also shoot him in the back and be very useful. And the I-7 has bad gun depression, so I can just do that. And he did track him indeed. So I'm gonna up. Thank you, T100. Very nice. Great. That is. Thank you very much for that. Great assist. And with that done, you can see the positives of the tank. You can see the weaknesses of the tank. It is overall a strong vehicle. Do I recommend buying it? If you like the E5, yes. If you're a good player, the Chieftain might be a better option. But overall, I think the Super Conqueror, if you want it, if you can afford it, can certainly be worth it. So, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.